Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash. I just wanted to do a lesson, and I'm going to entitle it, Get Out Worldwide. If you remember the movie Get Out, where the guy, the Jake, went to his Edomite girlfriend's house, and he was trapped, okay, because they were trying to get his soul, basically. Yeah, that's happening worldwide, because Esau has a plan to implement his NWO, and this is not just in North America or UK. This is worldwide. This is everywhere on the planet. He's attempting to establish this, and leaders that don't comply or that don't go along with what he's doing, well, they end up dying mysteriously. They end up catching it. And they end up disappearing, or there's propaganda built up against them. So everyone would have to comply with what this devil wants to do, because he wants everyone's soul. You see, when the scriptures speak about how there's all these different things in Babylon, it says cinnamon, whatever else, and then it also says the soul of men, the souls of men. You see, why does it say the souls of men? Because Esau is capturing souls. That's why in Hollywood you have to. It's well known that you have to sell your soul, to the devil, to Baphomet, and do certain sacrifices, whether it be lewd acts or actual physical blood sacrifices. These are the things that they do, and as many people have come out and said that, but they'll act like you're crazy for speaking about it. But many people who's been there has come out and said that, right? Like Ali Vegas, and recently Whoa Vicky, and a lot of people have spoken about it. Cat Williams. But that's the thing, because just like the Most High has a sacrifice, Satan also has a sacrifice, and part of the sacrifice is NWO, is the people taking the juice, and eventually the MOTB, and that's the system that's being built all around the world. You might say, you know what? Let me get out physically. Let me flee from Babylon and go somewhere else. But it doesn't matter where you flee, because this system is gonna be everywhere. He's setting up this system everywhere. Okay. At one point, they were saying that that Australia was the only neutral zone, that if war pops off, that would be the only place that won't be hit by nuclear missiles. So it would seem like, that's a great idea to go to Australia. You might have had some people that actually went to Australia when they found that out. But now look at it. Australia is the quickest and the most tyrannical place, okay, on the planet right now. That place is way more tyrannical than China. They always talking about China and the communism. This is Iran is way more tyrannical. I mean, Australia is way more tyrannical than what was I just saying? Than China right now. Okay, you can't go outside without the mask on. You can't drive in your own vehicle without the mask on. If you do, they'll arrest you. Okay, you get a stupid, crazy fine. They'll arrest you. They're limiting how much alcohol you can drink in certain regions, and you got to take a selfie whenever they give you send you a message via some app. You got to take a selfie and with an ID to verify it's you within 5 minutes, or the people are going to come knocking on your door. That is extreme tyranny, man. Extreme. That's far beyond what we've seen. Okay, because now they have the technology to do that kind of that level of tyranny, man. They couldn't do that level of tyranny during the time of the Spanish flu or any of those things. Now they have the actual technology and the system to do that. And that's what Esau's getting ready to do. So the only way to really get out, the only way to really flee from this place is spiritually. Not physically, but spiritually. Okay? And that's what we're doing. We're fleeing from this place and getting ready spiritually. We've already departed from this place, man. And if you don't, you're going to be in the position that Lot's wife was in, looking back. And we know what happened to her, man. We know what happened to her. She's seasoning right now. You understand what I'm saying? Why? Because she looked back. And when it's time, listen, we are supposed to be in the position of when it's time to go, it's time to go. We have nothing here that we need. Nothing here that we can take with us, man. Nothing here that should be valuable to us, especially not above the kingdom of heaven. Let's put it that way. Especially not above the kingdom of heaven. You got a vehicle, but a vehicle is supposed to be to get you from point A to point B. Right? You got family, but guess what? The Most High, Peter said, we forsaken family, what shall we get? Well, what did Yahweh Shai say? He said, they who forsake families and wives and houses and whatever for my name's sake, they're going to get it back tenfold or 100-fold, I believe he said, if I'm not mistaken. You see? So don't worry about that. You know, did not the Most High create man? Did not he create your wife? Did not he create your children? Without him, you wouldn't have had them anyway. So who cares? You see? We have to trust in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. You see? And that's the only thing we can do in this time. It's to get out. And when I say get out, I'm talking about spiritually. Because Esau is moving heavy with his propaganda. He's not playing, man. And in these coming months, things are about to get hot. We don't know what's getting ready to happen this winter. We don't know how deep it's about to get this winter. But we know Esau's getting ready to come heavy, man. The scriptures call him the hammer of the whole earth. Hold on. A second. Let me see something. Let me see something real quick. This is Isaiah 14. This is Isaiah 14, and I'll start at verse 10. It says, all they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become as weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vows, the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? So Esau has control over the nations. He doesn't have control over one particular nation or one particular people. He has control over the nations, man. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit upon the mount of the congregation, which is the Israelites, in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. Okay, because so Esau is really trying to establish himself as the Most High, as God on earth. That's what he's, And we're not talking about God as a power. We're talking about God as he's trying to actually be the Most High. Show you how wicked this devil is, man. Let me get Job 9 and verse 24. This is Job 9 and 24. It reads, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, wherein who is he? So the earth was given into his hand. He has control over the planet. So there's no way you can go into the Amazon. He's looking right now to to take natural resources from the Amazon. He's kicking those people out. He's starting fires. All right? Where those people live, those forest fires in the Amazon, where do you think they came from? Because they rejected him, and he said, no, you can't reject me. And what he did was he burned that thing down. And who's going to stop him? Who's going to bring a charge against him, man? The scripture says they are not in trouble as other men. Because the one that's going to bring the charge to them is Yahushua HaMashiach of Nazareth, man. He's coming to bring the charge to you, man. He's coming to put you in subjection for the wickedness that you've done. We can't do it. We don't have the power. The Most High Yahweh Shem Yahushua has the power. So that's why we have to wait on him, and we have to depart spiritually from this place, because you can only win spiritually. You can't win a carnal battle against the devil. That's his forte is that carnality. You have to win a spiritual battle. Therefore, we have to depart in the spirit. That's what I mean by get out. Nowhere on the planet you can run. When it says, come out from my people, it's speaking about us going into the chariot when the time of the destruction is here. Because no elect needs to be on the earth in that time. The scripture says that the earth shall wail to and fro like a drunkard. No matter where you at, you're going to feel that. Okay? And people are going to die where you're at. Many people. That's going to be above a 15. It's going to be off the Richter scale, the earthquake. And you already see what a 7.4 earthquake can do. Remember what happened in Haiti? Light work. Light work compared to what that's going to be all around the earth. So the elect is not going to be on the earth for that, man. Because, listen, there's going to be we have to be beamed up. You don't want to be on the earth with that kind of earthquake. So we have to depart spiritually and cleave unto Yahweh Shem Yahushua. With that, I'll say shalom.